Hey Anthony, Mike Trudell here. Wanted to first ask you about the ankle, how it felt right after you rolled it, and how it feels now, and if you have anything you can expect for treatment tonight.
Ankle feels fine. I gotta, tonight, tomorrow, before the game to get it, back to, well, I won't say back to where it is, but good enough to play. Um, you know, did roll it, pretty bad, but not too bad. Um, but I'll be fine.
Hey, what do you think was the difference in the game in that first half of the physicality that you guys showed as compared to the previous game, and how do you think that impacted things tonight?
We were the aggressors tonight. We were more physical. Um, you know, they were the aggressors and the more physical team in Game 3, and we came out and played our solid basketball. Pretty much for the entire 48 minutes, we had some breakdowns on the defensive end, but for the most part, we played our style, and anytime we play our style, we're a tough team to beat. Um, they fought and got back in the game, and we continue to just play the right way, play fast. Guys made some big time shots, especially Doe, the three, and then his mid range, and KCP with a huge three. Braun taking the challenge of guarding Murray at the end and getting big stops. So, and guys making big time free throws. So, I mean, we played great down the stretch. We played great overall. Still some things that we can fix, if we want to put this team away.
AD and Steve, you mentioned the challenge that LeBron took on with Murray, and even though you're the younger of the two between you and LeBron, do you ever feel like pride in the sense that the defensive commitment that he's shown this season in particular, and maybe your role in bringing that out of him in year 17?
I think he just loves the challenges, honestly, especially late game. Just on in with guarding the best big. He wants to guard the best perimeter player and take on that challenge. I mean, he did it last series with James. So he wants to take on those challenges and make them score over him. He's a great defensive player. We trust him guarding those guys and making them finish over LeBron James. So he did a hell of a job at the end of the game on Jamal Murray. Especially making him drive and not beating us over the top with threes, and he was able to get a couple stops, and then also go on the other end and score as well. So, it's our job to protect him, to help him. On the defensive end, carrying a huge load and guarding him, but he wants that challenge. He wants that one-on-one challenge, and he did a hell of a job tonight.
Hey, AD. I actually had two questions. One was, you're up 3-1 and you guys have been here before and finished out the series both times, but is it hard to feel comfortable when it's this team that you have a 3-1 lead against? And then my second question is, how has Rondo been doing, being from Louisville and being, with the news yesterday? What has he shared with you guys about what's going on there and what it's like for him right now?
You can never be comfortable around this team. They've been in this situation twice. We've been in this situation twice. So both teams are familiar with these situations, but this team is not going to go away. Like I said, last game, we got to put them away. They're going to continue to fight, no matter what the score is, no matter what the situation is, and we just got to make sure that we counterpunch them with everything that they do. As far as Doe. He haven't really said much about it, but we feel his pain as well. I mean, justice wasn't served, in a lot of people's eyes, and Doe being from Louisville, and even me just playing in Kentucky, I just understand how connected everyone is, and so I have a tie kind of somewhat, but we are here for Doe. We told him this morning and yesterday anything he needs from us. We have his back, no matter what it is. It's an emotional situation, and while we're here fighting for a championship, there's a lot of stuff going on in the real world, and we want to also be mindful of that and never lose our fight of what we're doing outside of basketball. And you could tell it's heavy on his heart for sure. And all we can do as a league, and especially us as a team, is be there for him, be by his side, and continue to support him and pick him up. But I mean, it's tough for all of us to come out and play, and for him to come out and play, especially the way he played tonight with everything going on in his backyard. His family's there, so he told me yesterday that they was already like burning things down and stuff like that. So, like I said, his family's there, and anything we can do to help him kind of just keep fighting, we're going to do.
Yeah, AD, coming off a loss, which you called your play unacceptable, how much pressure you put on yourself before a game like this, carrying the team with your aggressiveness?
Just go out there and play. I feel like I was very aggressive tonight, especially to start. I think I still have to do a better job rebounding. It's just, when you got two bigs in there and you're the four, and Dwight so accustomed to going to the boards, he kind of takes a lot of them. I mean, but we've done a good job of putting me in situations to be successful and be aggressive, and they wanted to try to take me out of it in the second half, and I was just trying to make the right plays, finding guys, and guys started making shots. So I just came out, on my mind to be, ultra aggressive, knowing that, in our eyes, we don't want to lose two in a row, and it was a must-win game for us.
Kyle Goon?
You mentioned it, what was Dwight's impact, especially in that first quarter, and then, the fourth quarter, it seemed like there was a moment where you asked him to stay in as a center, or seem motivated to kind of play out the rest of the game in center.
Dwight's impact this entire series has been very helpful for us. First half, he had 6 offensive rebounds. He's battling with Jokic. Just being a pest, and taking on that challenge. I mean, like I say, for a guy not to play last series and come in and have a huge impact, he stayed ready. Got the start tonight, and been playing well for us. And as far as the end of the game, you saw when I rolled my ankle?
I think after that, it seemed like you guys were staying small.
They were kind of trying to go offense, defense type thing. Jokic had a couple fouls. He came out the game. And I think they put Millsap and Grant at the 4 and 5. But crunch time, I'm really not coming out of the game anyway. So, and Markieff has just fouled out. So just kind of just stay small. Guys to make plays kind of match up with them. And, anytime Jokic came back in, then, we'll match up again. But late game, not planning on standing in whatever lineup that coach had.
All right, Rachel?
Our competitive nature, our will to win. I mean, when he first got to New Orleans, he told me he came there because he felt like we had a chance to win. DeMarcus and I, and then having Drew. So he felt like it was a good opportunity for him to come in and try to help lead the team to win the championship. DeMarcus get hurt, so it kind of took a turn in our season, in our playoff run. But when I got traded here, he was actually the first person I called, and told him that, I wanted him to come back, because I knew how much I excelled with him and how much of a leader he is and his mindset on the floor and his will to win. And to have a guy like that, with his basketball mind, his IQ, with a guy like Bron with his basketball mind, his IQ, and a guy who's been, without counting last year, 8 straight finals, and Doe having a, championship under his belt, they know what it takes. And, but me and him just clicked. I mean, he's always in my ear about, being the best defensive player on the floor, being the best offensive player on the floor, even when it doesn't seem possible. He might tell me I need to go block a shot or close out to a guy, and then if he swing it across the floor, I need to be there too. And I say, no, that's impossible. And he say he don't care. He like, you Anthony Davis, you should be able to do it. So he always put pressure on me to do the impossible things, and it's not easy. But if you want to win, you got to do those type of things. And he just been on me, since I've been his teammate, and he wants the best for me. He wants to win. I want to win. So, anytime you got two guys who want to win so bad, he said it's like he never won one because it's been 10 years, I think, for him. So he wants to win as bad as I do. And when you got two guys like that with another guy who, wants to win just as bad as us, we make a good team.
All right, last two questions. Dan?
Anthony, after you rolled the ankle, you kind of bent down, retied your laces, and then you went to that timeout, but you didn't sit. You kind of had to walk through it. What was just kind of going on physically and mentally in those first few minutes of that timeout? There wasn't a lot of time to get ready to get back into the game. Kind of what did you go through?
Eventually, I was just trying to just stay locked into the game. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to come out, and physically, I didn't want to sit down because I didn't want to give it a chance to, swell up or anything like that. So I want to just keep moving and kind of trick my body to thinking that I'm playing and kind of get that adrenaline and keep that blood flowing. So, I didn't want to sit down. I wanted to keep moving, stretching the ankle while doing some resistance band stuff, and not stop moving and letting the ankle swell up. So, it helps. But I know it's gonna be a little sore and tender tomorrow for sure. Like any other time you tweak something. So, like I said, get some treatment all around the clock and be ready for Game 5.
And last question, Jeff.
Anthony, you said you didn't want to come out in crunch time. Your fourth quarter numbers are pretty spectacular in this series. What does the fourth quarter and those moments mean to you? What's your mentality in those moments? And I guess what does it mean to be able to, whether it's a buzzer beater or at the free throw line, help put these games away?
Just want to be, aggressive, take some pressure off this guy over here. A lot of teams lock in on him late game, and I want to be able to, take away some of that pressure, and have them lock in on other guys. And it's not just me. I mean, it's our entire team. I mean, guys are making big time plays. We swing it to KCP, he makes a three. We swing it to Rondo, he makes a three. He drive. We get an offensive rebound. So when we know that teams are locked in on a guy, when he have a mismatch, it's our jobs to move, to cut, and to make plays for him. And when I'm in the game, I'm, like I said, either trying to get to the line, make a play for myself or for others, and take the pressure off LeBron. And he do the same for me. When I have the ball or I got it going, and they start keying in on me, he come to me and tell me, all right, I'm gonna take some pressure off of you. So, I got his back, he got mine, and especially in the fourth quarter, we really have each other's back and be locked in. And it's something that we've been able to do, especially in this series.